Hey everyone, I'm Marina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here for a shop update preview. The shop update will be this Friday, August 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I am going to have some gorgeous fall and bright summery colorways, a little bit of mix of both, as well as a micro skein set and some fall candles. So I'm going to start with the candles this week. This is an example of the size of candle that I carry in my shop. It is 6 ounces of beeswax and coconut oil. These are so long lasting and long burning because of the beeswax. They're a very hard candle and I love this blend. This is something that I've come up with over many tries, many failures, but I really love this recipe and it is a really clean burning candle as well. I only use hemp wicks and so it's just a really wonderful experience and wonderful ingredients. I hopefully will have 4 different fall candles in stock this week. Depends if I can get all of my work done. The first one is a new scent. It is called Southern Pumpkin Latte and I created it with the new colorway that I'll be showing you in just a minute. It is just like your favorite fall pumpkin spice latte, our favorite flavor in the fall. It is pumpkin and warm spices and coffee and vanilla. It is a wonderful flavor and I'm so excited about this candle because I can't get enough pumpkin spice latte in the fall. Of course, here it's so hot I have to get them iced, but that's okay. I get them anyway. The next candle I'll be stocking is Farmer's Market, and this was a scent from September 2020's Glow Club. I really love this scent because it reminds me of apple orchards and the farmer's market at the end of the summer where there's just so much produce and there's so much freshness. I really love this candle scent. It features apples and other fruits with some really subtle hints of florals on a base of woodsy oak leaves. It is a really delicious fresh scent, and if you like apples, you'll really love this scent. It's a great introduction to fall. It's just a really beautiful scent. My next scent is Harvest Moon, and those of you who have been around for a little bit might remember this. This was actually from October 2019's Glow Club, and this is a really great scent. It's warm and spicy. It has notes of pumpkin and apple, as well as a variety of different warm spices and vanilla. So this is, again, a really wonderful fall-inspired scent. And last but certainly not least, I will have Sweater Weather, and this is really one of my favorites. It just is. It's not just the name, I don't think. It's definitely the scent too. But it is warm and comforting, just like your favorite sweater when the weather turns cold. It features notes of cinnamon, apple peel, warm vanilla, and other spices, including ginger and pecans. So it reminds me of holiday baking. It reminds me of bright, sunny, cooler fall days. It's a really great scent. So I hope if you are interested in your home, your office, gift giving, just really bringing fall into these places in your life, I hope that you will definitely check out these candles this week. They are delicious, and I'm not ready for fall personally. I'm just not, I'm just saying, but I know a lot of you live for fall. So that's why I'm stocking them now this week at the end of August. All right, let's check out some of the yarn I will be stocking this week. Okay, so first off this week, I am going to feature a super fun micro skein set, and I do not sell these very often because they're very labor intensive. Just being honest. But this one was too good not to bring back. So this was a micro skein set that I had in the shop last year, and it is called Happy Fall, y'all. And y'all might remember I knit a pair of striped socks with this, and it is just so much fun. I really just had to bring it back because it is so stinking gorgeous. Like, this is just so fun. So what it is 10 micro skeins, and when I say micro skeins, they are super tiny, super cute, tiny skeins. These are each 10 grams. So this is like a full skein of yarn. So it's great for making socks. It is wonderful for making little stripey projects, scrappy projects. For any needle pointers out there, y'all can use these in your needle pointing, and they're just so fun. These are also fun to swap. They're awesome. So I wanted to bring these back because I personally just love these colors. I think this set is adorable. So this micro skein set is called Happy Fall, y'all. Next up, I will be featuring a new colorway. This is Southern Pumpkin Latte. Y'all have seen a preview of this on Instagram when I was washing it after I dyed it, and this is just a stunning colorway. I am in love with it. It is warm browns and caramels and kind of deep terracotta melon colors, as well as pops of bright orange, bright pink, and speckles. And I just think it is so fun. And it's a great colorway for those of us who love our neons and love our brights, but we also kind of like to have some autumnal shades as well. And it looks really great with a variety of colors. It looks so great with Princess, which I will also be restocking this week. It looks great with Honeycomb. I'm also restocking that this week. If you had a skein of Nutmeg, it would look great. And then I also have Scallop here too. So if you didn't want to go with the brights, you can just eliminate that one, maybe put Scallop with it. I will also be restocking Scallop this week. And so this has just turned into a really fun 3-color trio here. But this would also be fun if you didn't want to go so subtle. You could also put Solar Flare with this. So here it is, Princess, Solar Flare, and Southern Pumpkin Latte. Those look so good together. I really love this colorway, and I was super happy with how it came out because I just think it's super cute. So this is Southern Pumpkin Latte. It will not be carried in the shop year round. This is definitely going to be seasonal, and it will be available on Friday. This is another seasonal favorite I have brought back to the shop. This is Spiced Rum, and it is a blend of gorgeous deep plums and almost bordering on black. This is a very deep color, and it blends into this beautiful caramel kind of toffee color, and of course lots of speckles. And I really like this colorway because all these light parts kind of lighten it up, and it's not so dark and heavy. It's just a really beautiful fall colorway. Now I do think that Honeycomb looks awesome with it. Those two look really, really good. And of course, I will be restocking Sip Sip Knit. So these really just sing with each other. They are beautiful colors together. So those are the ones I would recommend. You could go with an undyed color. You could go with a neutral like oyster or pearl. Those again would be just, oh, those would be really, really beautiful. Next up, I will be restocking I Heart Beach Glass, and I had to restock this along with these other colors this week because they share a lot of the same tones, and so I figured if you were planning a project, I just think that these would be so beautiful to include in some of your fall inspiration, your autumn projects. So these are really, really gorgeous with Sip Sip Knit if you wanted to go really dark. So this is obviously very dark, but it has a lot of these same plums that are in I Heart Beach Glass. So you could do a really cool brioche. You could do an amazing color work project. If this was the color work section and this was the body of your sweater or a hat or mittens or something, I think that would be really neat. You could definitely pair honeycomb with it. It looks really, really great. Here I have heliotrope. So those three together look really beautiful. Now I don't have any of this tone in stock. Clearwater would be beautiful with it. Bright mint would be beautiful, but I do have some glowworm. So I'm gonna pair glowworm with this and maybe throw some princess in. Those two look really, really great. You could bring honeycomb back if you wanted a little more of that caramely, earthy brown. So, so pretty. Could even put heliotrope and honeycomb with it. Those two look so good. Let's try it out with Southern Pumpkin Latte, our new colorway. Let's see how those two look together. Oh, those look really good. They share some of the similar kind of like caramel toffee tones as well as the pinks. So they really look good together. I like those. I think those look really pretty. You could do something like that. Those would be so fun. So many color combinations you could put with this. If you wanted just a hint of your fall tones and you wanted mostly brights, you could do something like this. I think that's really pretty. Solar Flare, Southern Pumpkin Latte, Princess, I Heart Beach Glass, and Glowworm. Those all look really, really good. So there are some tones to think about. So I Heart Beach Glass will be restocked. Next up, I am restocking Shell Collection. I love this colorway. It's so unusual. I really haven't seen a colorway that uses these same tones. I just don't see a lot of these same tones together, but I know that when it's knit up, it's just going to be amazing. So I was really inspired by this kind of terracotta color, this really nice warm terracotta against these bright, cooler tones of lavender and turquoise. And then I threw some earthy speckles on top, and I really, really like this colorway. I think it's different. I think it's something you're not gonna see other places, and it just really grabs my attention. I don't know why, I really love this colorway. So what I like with this colorway, I love Scallop with it. So this is a newer tonal as well. Both of these are actually very new colorways to the shop. And I love them so much. I like this paired with Wisteria. This is a really pretty lavender in the shop right now. These would be a very interesting shawl. It's just something different. It's something you wouldn't see other places. I just think these three are just really, really gorgeous together. Really like these. Clearwater obviously would be beautiful. And I wonder how it would look with honeycomb. I have not put these together. But you know, you could put honeycomb with it for a kind of a caramely brown. And it does coordinate with these earthy speckles in here. So there's so many different things. I think this would be really pretty paired with a gray as well. Oyster or pearl you could put with this, maybe on this side. I think I would put this color along with a gray. Beautiful. It would be really, really beautiful. I have in my mental queue of projects, I'm definitely going to take shell collection and knit a pair of socks because I think they are going to be, this colorway would just be fabulous in socks. Because of all of this, the deeper tones, it really would create such a beautiful contrast against these cooler bright tones. I think it'd be really pretty. So shell collection, I think this is only the second time I've had it in the shop, but it is being restocked. I'm also restocking a la Moana. This was my 5th anniversary colorway. This was one of the first colorways I ever dyed up, and any colorways that you see with a Hawaiian name I created when I lived in Hawaii. So this definitely was one of my old school, my original colorways when I lived in Hawaii, and this is just such a beautiful, subtle colorway. I love it with pale peach. It's really beautiful with pale peach and pearl or oyster because those are the colors in it. But I also really like it with scallop. I think that scallop brings out the kind of shell, warm pinky peach, terracotta tones in here. Really gorgeous. I think you could also pair it with shell collection. These two have kind of similar warm peachy pink tones. Those two would be very interesting together. I think they would be beautiful in a micro striped project. I think they would look really, really good. You could also put honeycomb with this because it does have, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it does have kind of warm gold speckles in here. Very, very delicate speckles, but it would draw in the honeycomb if you wanted to go that way. You could also put sage green with this, and so even if it's to substitute honeycomb, you could go that way with some softer color. You could just use these two together if you wanted. Maybe put honeycomb with it. There's a lot of options with this color, and I know a lot of you love some of the more pale, delicate shades, so a la Moana is definitely for you. So I do have several tonals that I'll be restocking, which I have already spoken about. I will have Princess going back into the shop. I always call this my neutral because it really does go with everything in the shop. I mean, even something that has no other pink in it, like this tone, this looks great with it. You could do a really gorgeous brioche or micro stripe project with these two. I think they would look so good together. But I will be restocking Princess. I will also be restocking Honeycomb. Now, I am such a fan of these two tones together. Something about this kind of caramel color with this neon pink, I really love it. And as a matter of fact, years ago, I used to have a skein of this all caked up, and I would use this on all of my bright neon yarn projects for heels, toes, cuffs. I mean, all the time, every single colorway. So I would do heels, toes, and cuffs in this, and then maybe do a, bright colored sock like this. I loved that so much. I just love the way that looks together. I mean, obviously, Southern Pumpkin Latte, those two just look so, so good together. Spiced rum. I mean, definitely this week, I've really tried to draw in a lot of fall tones. So there's so many colors that are going to go with this one, especially this week. But I feel just like all the time, I just love honeycomb with so many different colors. So it will be restocked. We'll also have Sip Sip Knit which is I think my deepest, darkest colorway. It's a dark one, and it is so saturated. I really love it as a substitute for black in a project. So if you needed maybe not for a, you know, the full color of a project, but wow, this is a great contrast if you need it with something. So even here's Shell Collection, and these two actually go really well together because Shell Collection has this lavender and this is plum, it's deep plum. So those work well together. Also looks great with I Heart Beach Glass. Like I said before, this would be a great brioche project or micro-striped, like I said earlier. Wow, that would be beautiful. Spiced rum, matches great. It's such a beautiful, beautiful colorway. And this is so saturated. As a matter of fact, I did dye it up on my Gold 90 twist base, and I don't know if you're even going to see the sparkle in this. But the sparkle it's just so saturated that even the sparkle has taken on that tone. So Sip Sip Knit is back in stock. And last but not least, I have Scallop. This is such a beautiful color, and I've really been loving it. It is new. It has not been around for very long, but wow, I just really, really love this warm, kind of peachy terracotta shade. It is so beautiful. It really speaks to me. Even though I will always love neons and always love brights, I love Scallop so much. It is a beautiful color. So even if you wanted to put it with Southern Pumpkin Latte and maybe put Solar Flare with it, wow, those are so, so pretty together. Honeycomb also looks great, of course. You just have all those really warm tones. Those are really beautiful together. And I think I showed before, it goes great with Shell Collection. And I don't think I paired it with I Heart Beach Glass, but you could even go with that, and that is just so beautiful. It would be a really great contrast, the mint against that, because this is such an earthy, warm tone that some of these really bright, clear tones would just sing and pop. I mean, they would be the stars of the show next to a colorway like this. So Scallop is a really beautiful colorway to have, and whether you make an entire project from it, I mean, I have people in my family, I mean myself included, but definitely a couple of my children will love this as a sweater or an accessory. But I think it looks great, you know, in a fade or as an accent. I just think it looks so, so pretty. So Scallop is being restocked. Well, that is it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, the shop update will be this Friday, August 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I am so happy that you joined me today. I always really love chatting about yarn. Definitely give this episode a like if you enjoyed it. I will see you next week with another episode of Pineapple Knits. I hope you have an awesome time with your crafting. Bye.